Hello, hello. It's 9th of September. We're in the lunch era and lunchtime. And yeah, happy to be back. My chat is not working. Let me see if that is. Uh, hello. Let me. Why is my chat not working? I have to double check. Hold on now. Why are you not working? There was something, right? Okay. Why is my chat disabled? Oh, are you giving me a hard time? Um, Why are you not working, chat? Okay, I have to do. Start a new chat. You're gonna give me a hello, hello. Hello. Okay. I cannot try. I cannot use the chat. So I have to do. Let me see if I can type through just the normal YouTube, just in case I need to. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna delete this one because it doesn't seem. Here we go. Hello, hello. Yeah, just so my chat is working. I can type in the chat, not through OBS for some reason, but yeah, let's get into it. So we had the move down that I was actually waiting for. It was not an easy move down, but my model played out. So I played my funded. So I'm done with my funded for today. I need one more day, and then I can go for a payout. So yeah, so it will be. I'm going to get an evaluation. I think for maybe for tomorrow, and 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 for now it's just going to be a demo. I don't expect too much. I do expect to move to the upside. I'm going to go over some levels, what I'm thinking, and then maybe we can have a nice trade. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good morning. It was pretty choppy in the beginning until 10:30, right? Then we get this nice move down. My 10-4 model, um, I just love that model. But the only problem today was the 10 o'clock was printed here. I was expecting this move down because there was an old 4 o'clock here. And already because of yesterday, right? There was some, the opening range gap wasn't really filled. So it's always highly likely that it's going to do that. On a no news day, and it's just going to range and just take out some liquidity and waiting because we have news tomorrow. We still have the all-time highs. Look, it's just creating liquidity. So today is just more creating liquidity and taking a little bit out. But I think it's good just to keep your ammo for tomorrow. It's going to be good. Let's see. I think it's 12:16 now. I don't think today's going to be a very long stream. I don't expect too much. It could be still a nice move though, but I'm thinking of maybe streaming tomorrow a little bit longer. Yes, let me see. What do we have here? Uh, Actually thinking of maybe even going on in the AM session. I don't know. I just want to because especially with um, three. I love week threes. I really want to yeah, maybe do some more streaming, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. For now, it's going to go over some levels, see what's going on, and then we are see if we can maybe get a trade. Okay, that's a nice move up, also, by the way. So it went all the way up here. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it might just stall as well at 839-ish. Not go any further because it's midnight as well there, and mm, 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 mm. Yeah, 839. I think it's gonna few more points. Yeah, let's also first percent fair value gap here. Going to mark today's. I think we had one really late today. There we go. Where is the first presented of today? Where did you form? Um, where did we didn't have anyone for really late. So, oh my god, we did not have anyone at all. No presented 950. No, you should be somewhere. Where are you? You're hidden somewhere. Am I not seeing it? Are you in another? Where are you? Where are you? Don't tell me I need to go up my glasses. I'm still in denial that I need them so much. Really so much still in denial, yes. But where are you? First present fair value gap up today, and then 9:30 open. Where did you? She's so many wicks, I can't even properly see it. Oh, I see you. I see you. You're in another one. It's so funny. There you go. It didn't form until 9:43 on the 1 minute. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So yeah, I'm not gonna even change it because it's actually in another one. It's in Friday's one, so it's gonna leave it. It's gonna leave. It's in the mid of Friday. Oh, okay. Are we getting a retest of the breaker? Yeah, might be long here. Let's see. No, it's not a breaker. I'm sorry. A mitigation broke. Yeah. Okay, so that 4 hour is from 4 to 2, so we've got 1.5 hours for that 4 candle. So ugly. Did we take out? Yeah, so the flat candle here is now made with it. So that's what we wanted to see. We did not go into this fair value gap. I'll make this yellow. Mellow yellow. Okay. Let's see. Quickly clean up my PC. Very busy anyway, so I can do some stuff without being watched by anyone. How is my memory almost done? It's crazy. You are so. Take a new laptop. Performance boost. Oh my god, only 77 memory. Okay, let me just quickly. We need to end. We need to end. I'm gonna end overview. Reader view. And you. There we go. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Jeez. New laptop and you're already, even without just, putting things on it, you're already, just opening up Google. It's crazy. It's already taking so much of your memory. Okay. So, I don't know. I'm sure people want to see trade. Okay. Now, this is my stop loss right to this level here, and my TP is going to be, what's my TP? I have to double check. I'm just going to sit here and just watch it go up, I guess. Oh, yeah. Now my TP is, where is it? Where are you? There you go. Okay, let me see where to go to. You to. I'm still working on it to make my TP properly, but it's gonna be higher definitely. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I just have to calculate a few things. Just need to calculate, and then I'll set it properly, and then I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Do its thing. TP is coming. TP coming. TP coming. Yeah. Ignite 2. Okay, I'm just gonna be a little bit overzealous maybe today. 892. Hey, come on. We need to go to 892. Yeah, I'll put it here. Okay. This is my trade for the AM session. It's gonna take a while before it gets there, most likely, but it might be too early. I don't think so. Just want to check a few things. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with this level. Potentially might even go lower or higher. Stop me out. I'm going to re-enter it because we have a little wick on the 5 minute. We might dig a little bit deeper into it. We'll see. That's it. Let's see. Let's see. We are early. We are early. I'm taking a few steps at it. Yeah. So now we're sort of stuck between two wicks. This is what I'm looking at. There's two. We're in between two areas, so we could go a little bit deeper into this area again. So let me just stop myself out for now and wait a little bit. Actually, I want to see dig a little bit deeper into this with the market. But I'm bullish for this for the PM session, that's for sure. Definitely bullish. So I just want to see this go a little bit deeper. Let's say 82. Yeah. Okay. 12:35. 4 more minutes, then we'll have more information. Yeah, I would love to see it go back to 792-ish and then go back up, but not sure if it will go down. 792. Are you gonna go down to 792? You then go up? No, I don't think so, right? Uh-oh. Do we now have to wait until after 2 o'clock for a move? Are you kidding me? So that's a possibility, guys. There's 1.5 hours to go, and you might make me move to the upside. Which makes sense, though, right? I mean, it's a known today. It's just trying to stall. It's just trying to stall. This one here. Sounds good. Is it sound good? Which makes sense. Does it sound good? Yes, the sound is good. Okay. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have to wait until 2 o'clock for a good move for the last bit. Um, hey, it's still waiting for the news, I guess. And that's tomorrow. We ain't having nothing yet today, so why would it do it today? So I'm gonna because I want to buy. We'll buy a few other evals. So the thing is, well, I'm not going to touch my eval or my funded now anyway. But I do because you've got the consistency rule. So once you have a good trade, it's one trade, and then I'm done with the. So I need some more evals to turn into funded because then I get more, can trade more instead of like because I like the funded next, the rapid, because you can pass that one in one day. But when you have a funded, then you have a consistency rule. So you have to keep that in mind with funded next. That's okay. I mean, you can't have it all, right? I mean, be really maybe a little bit too much. But I like it that you can pass it in one day, and then you just abide by the rules. It's nothing wrong with that. So if you make the same amount consistently, it doesn't really matter at all. If you make a higher amount and you do that every day, you just need 3 days of trading, and then you get then you can request the payout. So. I'm not going to enter now because I don't know. I think it's for this time. It's just going to, we had to move up, but I think we're just going to get some consolidation now. But we'll see if there's any movement. I'm definitely going to. I'm looking for a long. Definitely long, but I'm looking into this wick. Let's see if it goes into this wick. See how it beautifully went into this gap, right? This gap was between 10.14 and this is my beautiful move to the 758. How many points was that I made? Let me see. It was not easy. I think I was trying it already since 10. Let me see. Where's the 10 o'clock? Here's the 10. This was 758. No, I did not trade it like this because I got stuck. This was really too annoying for me because I thought, oh my god, it's gonna go up. How many points was this? So then my stop will be. So you see here how it uses the, how I have been using this for. This was a 4 o'clock. I've been using it as a rejection, and then it went to yesterday's 4 o'clock. Hello there, Sina. How are you doing? I was just going over my trade. It's very quiet. I just went on, and I'm just going over my trade of this morning, and just looking how I could execute a little bit better. How did you do this morning? Did you do any trading? There was a lot of chop right here in this area, but I managed to my funded accounts are done for today, so I just need one more day for a payout. So I'm just really careful with that. So if I'm very bullish for this session, but I think we have to wait until after 2 o'clock that there might be a nice trade. But I think on the other hand, we have news, tomorrow. I don't know. It's just a little bit. It's quite pretty annoying when you know everything's being held down. But yeah. So, are you here for the first time, or have you been before? I just started the stream. I think now this is my 4th week. So yeah, not too bad. I couldn't find anything today. I was waiting for price to take the trend line and tap into the 4-hour FTG, but price didn't really come to my buy zone. Should I tell you a secret about my model? I'll show you my model. Very mechanical, and I only trade that model, and it's called my 10-4. I'll show you. Let me take this. You see the 10 o'clock was printed right over. Let me see, where were we? Where's the 10 o'clock candle? I went to the 15 just to show, because it's so wiki. Okay, so the 10 o'clock candle is this one here. So the model is I was here 2 weeks ago. Oh, I remember your name. So that's why I was, but I haven't, that's why I didn't see you for a while. Well, happy to see you back. So you see this candle here, right? The 10 o'clock. Then you have this wick. But you have to establish already where's the 4 o'clock which is going to use. There is a 4 o'clock here. That was yesterday's. And what you do is you want to enter the manipulation move of the 10 o'clock candle here. So that's this wick. But it wasn't an easy move because there was a lot of chop. You can't see it on the 15. So I had a few stop out, but I knew I was, this is my go-to model. I've been backtesting it such a long time, and but I knew it was going. So I had a few L's, but I knew I would make up for it again. And then at some point in 10:30, it went down, and then it went a little bit lower, but I just get out of this level here. Backtest it. Go put the 10 o'clock and the 4 o'clock on your charts and look at it and see if you can find any logic in it. And yeah, let me go to the 5-minute because you can see it. But today was choppy though. It was not an easy one. It was very nasty. Yeah, you see here. So we had, let me see, where are you? There are a couple, 9:45. Oh, here we are. See, I'm looking at the old one. So you see here, this is it. And you see this one is here, right? So then you have the opening price, and then you have a large wick to the upside, and then you have another candle that goes even higher. But then you wait until it goes back into the range here. So that was my mistake. Well, I went in too early because this candle went below it as well, but then it went back up, and then the moment when it passes through the 10 o'clock, then you just enter and you write it down to the 4. Yeah, so this one, good question. Sharp. Yes. This one is yesterday's. Why? I'll tell you why. There are a few rules. So this one is today's, right? The 4 o'clock. And when you see what's happening, it's tapping it into it. Boom, 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 boom. And here again, boom. When you see it tap into the 4 o'clock of today at 8:15, so in pre-market, it's not going to the model is not going to work the 10-4 because you want the 4 o'clock to be printed, but you don't want it to see it being retested late in pre-market. It can happen in London, that's okay, but you want to see it move away. So then you look at you look at them, you keep them on your chart, sometimes even maybe even 3-4 days before. So if you look on on this chart here, it's actually 2 4 o'clocks from yesterday and actually even the day before. And what happened yesterday, it didn't even go back to it. It just moved away from it. Plus, I had another few confluences here. This is first presented February out of London. This is the 25% level of the opening range gap. Plus, it was also a point in an order block. So, I yesterday you see it just didn't tap into it. So I thought this is a point of interest. It might go lower to the 50%, which we exactly did here. But so I had an idea it might go low, but for me, I just get out because I just I take my money. But yes, this one was the previous day because it wasn't used for the 10-4. It was actually a 410, so it worked the other way around actually. I'm giving you a lot of sauce today, but that's because you're joining me as the only one, and I really appreciate it. So look here, 4 o'clock. You see here, boom, and where are we going? There. So yesterday, this was my other trade. It was the other way around. 4, 10. So they work both ways, but it's so mechanical. And I trade time is for me everything. Not because the time itself is important, but the algo is scripted against time because it cannot be manipulated. Time is the only thing that they cannot manipulate, right? Price can be manipulated, time not. There's always the same amount of minutes, always the same amount of seconds in a minute. So so it's not the time itself, but it just prints either a fair value gap or a liquidity point, which will be taken out at some point. And then those time work in conjunction with each other. So that's why it is those two times. So this is my model that I basically use in the AM session. It doesn't, I have not really used it in any other session. There are other models that I use in other sessions, but I'll share that another time. There's so much about time. It's so interesting. It's a rabbit hole, but if you see those things happen over and over again, yeah, but I'm sharing the 10-4 here. Please do, because I'd love to see people, have easy trades in the AM session because it's very mechanical, and you're not greedy. I just get out at the 4 because I know it's going to go lower, but I don't have any stress. It went lower. How many points did it go lower? So 657. Okay, yeah, you could have another 30 points, but who cares, right? If you have this move, and I only use this model on my funded. This is the only model that I use on my funded accounts. So, and I'm not going to yeah. So just print them on your chart and just watch and back test it and go see. Okay, sometimes when does it not work? But it has to the trade has to happen. So after 10 o'clock, obviously, because you want the 10 o'clock to be printed. Then there will be a manipulation wick most of the time. Sometimes there is no wick and it just goes straight down, right? I just market order in because I already have my levels. But you want to get in the wick part because that's the manipulation. Or you wait until it goes back into the 10 o'clock and then you take it down because that's your confirmation. Because, for example, today there was a lot of consolidation before it went down. I took about 2 or 3 L's. They were minor, but I was too early. And I was, oh, God damn it, you're not going down yet, right? So it waited like half an hour. But yeah, but it happened at some point. So yeah, so you can use just one of those. Let me see, you can use, is it this one? ICT, let me see. No, not this one. I use for the times. I use ICT kill zones and pivots from TFO, and then you can just plot the times that you want 10 for true day open. Midnight, of course. You can midnight is important to have on your chart. 1:30 is important, but I got some feedback from some people that my charts were too full, so I just people don't like to see that, so I took a lot of things off. So that's why I just have this: the first presented fair value gaps and only the 4 and the 10. So yeah, but please do test it, and if you have any questions, let me know. I really want to help people, especially with this model. It's so easy, and yeah, it can really help you get a good trade without any stress. Mechanical, it's just time, and you have to have a few if-then statements, and if they line up, you take it and you're done. Obviously, we're going to look for a trade today, just for we want to get more practice and execution time. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow and next week as well. Those are my week 3. We get a lot of distribution moves, I think, and a lot of news coming, so I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, where are you from? By the way, I think that we will have a move. We have to wait a little bit before we get a good move. I think we have to wait until time. You have a Discord channel? No, no, I have not. I'm just starting, and so I started this channel. This is my 4th week, so that is maybe something for later. But I'm just building my channel. I'm just really enjoying connecting to people, chatting, and getting to know other traders. I really want it to be about content and also fun, not really about. I see a lot of people only are Persian, but I live in London. What about you? I've got Persian blood as well, apparently, far, far away. But I'm Dutch, but I live in South Africa now. Yeah, but I'm very mixed, to be honest. But my apparently I do have. I mean that's what I've been told. I do have Persian background, but many, many, many descents away. Yeah, but I've got Indonesian blood, Dutch, German, well, Persian background, very far away. So I'm really like a paella, I guess. So how is it? How is it in London? Yeah. So you're at the end of summer now, right? So is it getting? I moved to South Africa because of the weather. Even for me, the Netherlands was too cold. Um, yeah. But anyway, so how long have you been trading? Is Sina your real name? Lawrence Chaotic, yeah. There is a news channel that I discovered, and I think he's 2CTV. I was just watching. I just found him, and he's also based in London. Um, do you know him? 2CTV. I think he's also Persian. I think he's also Persian descent, if I'm correct. London is chaotic. Yeah, I think whole of Europe is a bit chaotic at the moment. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get people also on my stream, just for voice, and also to comment and to go over their buys and stuff like that, so that I'm not the only one that's talking. So I'm trying to find a way which is easy, so I can get a voice It's been 2 years trading in 1 year properly journaling and getting into things, but I'm still not profitable getting there. Only 2 years, 1 year properly journaling. You know, journaling, that's how I found my models. I really started to journal intensively, extensively, and that's how I really started to create this. That's why I call myself an algoholic. Uh, when you see that there's so much things that is really so, all these highs and lows, right? Every swing point is created by a high frequency algorithm. And that's what creates the order flow and the behavior of people, the order flow that is when they use volume. Are you ICT? Did you study ICT as well? But journaling is so important. People really I was also, for me, I really started to get so much better because of journaling, and I really started to see things like, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. And then, I reverse engineer, and then I look into things, and I really discovered a lot of things by just back testing and just, well, not back testing, but journaling, and then basically forward testing. Because honesty, I don't really back test anymore. There's ICT all the way. ICT, we love ICT. I'm looking forward to his new lessons, by the way. From the 15th of September, he's going to give some more lessons, right? I'm really looking forward. And he says it's going to be university style. So I'm looking forward to that. What is EOB? EOB, order block, but the oh, yeah, I used to break her a lot. I use the rejection blocks a lot here. Like, for example, I always measure the long wicks. So especially on days like this, oh, I'm on the 4 hour, I'm on the 3 hour. Let me change that quickly. Oh, that's a mistake. No, 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 no. We are measuring the 4. Oh, we cannot measure this one because it's still going. That was not. Let me go on the 1. Yeah, that was it. I was sleeping. Okay. Now. Enhanced order block. I never heard of an enhanced order block, to be honest. Tell me. I love to hear something new. Enhanced order block? Were you chart? Yeah, maybe can't be a chart member. So it looks really bullish to me, this structure already, because we have a wick here on the 1 hour. We have this candle here that has already gone into the wick 50%, right? So this is now rejecting. We're already going up, but then we have this wick here. So I'm just looking at this wick, how it's reacting, because we're sort of like stuck in between. We're sandwiched between two wicks, and we also hit the mid now. So we really have to wait, I guess. Here you see this wick as well. This wick. Enhanced order block. Okay, so if I'm looking at the levels, if this is okay. Oh, I should go long. I'm just gonna wait a little bit, but I do think if I'm looking at some levels, if we get out of here, 891. Are we going to go to 891? Or are we going to midnight and then futz around and just okay? So these are my two scenarios for today. If we hit 840 and we go back into the range and we go, it could be a possibility that we're just going to have some chop in this area, or I have another level which I seem probable that will be 891, 23.891. So then we take the daily high of yesterday, but so 891. Dolly, no, Dolly, hey, no, no fighting. Hey, come. Leave him. So, yeah. 838. So if we're going to tap into 838, I'm going to watch how we're going to react at midnight, because, midnight has been, we had, so midnight was created, then we had a little, move below it, then a move above it, and then we sort of danced above it. Then we went one above it, and then we danced up. You can really see that midnight has been used as resistance and support. So what you tend to see happen again, because if you look on the 15-minute, you see all these wicks, right? And especially the wicks that have gone through it. I wonder if there's going to be one more wick, but not as high, that went into the midnight area, just a little bit lower. So it just might tap it and then go back into the range. Or it's going to take out the liquidity, and then we go up a higher level and maybe even to that 892 in the rest of the session. Or we're going to reject in that order block on the 15, that 330 rejection block. We'll see. It looks like it wants to go up, right? It looks like it wants to go up. 1 o'clock. So I want to see how it's going to react at the midnight price. It's 10-point move. Probably, I think it will do it in this macro, right? 1250, 110. Are you still going to trade today, or are you eager to take a trade, or are you waiting for tomorrow? We've got a lot of news coming. So what I always do on days like this, when it's sort of like a herky-jerky, I hover through the 1, 3, 5, because it gives me also indication where the first presented fair value gaps are. And they're always different, obviously, on the 3 or on the 5 or on the 1, right? So on the 3, we see we're going now through the first presented of this morning. And this is the one of London. So obviously we are very bullish now because we are going over it. And okay, there's no 5. There we go. Let's see midnight. I wanted to see tap into midnight. And the gray one is the first presented fair value gap after midnight. Midnight area. But that's weird. How is it below the midnight? Did we have it down? Okay, could be. You see on the 1 minute here, this very thin line. You see this one here? That was today's. We hardly had one. It was really, really tiny. You see, and now it's tapping into it. Yeah, boom, boom, rejection of it. Targeting 930 high, yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, it now it just hit the first presented, and I think it's going to go to midnight though. You see how even though it's such a small line, right? There's this little area here. Hardly visible, the little line. Yeah. So another thing that look, we're also in a gap here, so might be mindful of this area, that it can really either chop around in this area or reverse from here, because gaps are also imbalances, right? Because market does only two things. It balances out imbalance. So when you see something like that happen at 3 minutes past the hour, always be mindful that there could be a turn in the macro, because you can divide the macro sometimes into oh, there we go. Yeah, are we in? It was still boom. You didn't even hit midnight. Are you kidding me? Or are you still going to go one more up? Just do one more. You can do it. You can go to midnight. Okay. So it tapped into the 930 plus the first presented fair value gap of the, show you. So now all these things are lining up, right? They're all together. But if sometimes you don't have your midnight close, but you see this, this is the first presented fair value gap. Now, why I want to show you it is it didn't tap midnight yet, but sometimes it doesn't do that. And sometimes you wonder, why did it not do it, right? It's so close, then it reverses or something. That could be because the first presented fair value gap of the after the midnight session is there, and then it just rejection, like why the F did not go to midnight, and everybody is targeting that level. But if you use those first presented fair value gaps also from Asia, midnight day, the true day open, so that's the 6 o'clock session, you use them in the same way like you do the 9:30 one. And London session is very important. Now it hit it, but sometimes you'll see it just reverses from, and you're like, why did it do that? So always be aware when they are nearby, or when they are far, when you have a really big fair value gap, for example. Then it's good to know. Okay, let's see. Are we going to go up? Oh, it's really bullish now. Huh? Look at that. I'm not in a trade now, so I'm not going to chase, but 892. I still have 892 now. Now I'm really bullish, and 892 is on my radar. Okay, well, this one can go. You can go. We're not going to use you as a rejection. Okay, now we're going to the London. I was actually in a trade. There was no one here, and I was in, but I got out because I thought I was too early. And it was actually a really, really good entry. Where was it? I got in at 12. I got on 12:15. Oh, and I would have been stopped out, by the way. Yeah, I got stopped out if I was staying, because I got in, I think it was 12:30ish or something. Yeah, no, this move would have stopped me out. Yeah, no, that wasn't too good. Well, let's see. Just gonna double check a few things. For me, it's gonna be a paper trade, but still want to have a good trade. I'm going to go over some levels. Hey, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I just want to check. I need to, okay, now I can, there we go. I'm still working. It says session disconnected, right? Well, my internet's sometimes a bit weird. Okay, think, focus. This is actually the trade here, 12.23, and then let's sit through some chop and then put your stop below this, and this is where value get. Is it going to go to 851-ish? 851. It's going to blast on. Don't think this move is done yet. $851. Is that? Oh, that's exactly this high as well. Yeah. Let's see if it does it now. There we go. Boom. 851. Come on, do it. Come on. One more push. Push to that level. 8, 9, 8, 5, 1. Are you already rejecting here? No. $11 past. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful move. 12, 5, 8. Come on, one more push. Just do it. One more. There you go. Oh, nice. Beautiful. There we go. I even go, oh, you're not done yet. Look at you, NQ. Look at you, you spicy thing. Look at you going. Yeah. I don't have any FOMO when I miss a move like this, to be honest. I do enjoy to see it because it, but I do like to have good entries and then really enjoy if it goes to target. But I can't be bothered with these small moves. Like, for example, if I think it's going to go here and then I just go in and it's just 10 points and, it's like taking its time and stalling and just I don't feel like, but it's a nice, I mean, it's still going. 892. But now I'm struggling to find a good entry, right? Risk reward wise. Where would I get in now? It's a little bit difficult. And even though in this area, I would be like, okay, how can I frame a trade? I might have to go to 30-second or 15-second then to find a trade. So I really want to wait for a rejection now, or wait for the 130 move. Let's see what happens if the 130 is going to go straight to that level, and then the rest of the afternoon is going to be nothing, or we're just going to go to, maybe we're going to go to all-time highs already, who knows. Someone said that this morning in London session, um, he read on the White House page that they already said that Nasdaq was at all-time highs. I mean, we were still 100 points below, but according to the news, Nasdaq was already at all-time highs. So I was like, okay, that's funny. If Wall Street, the White House is posting that, then I guess they have to go there, right? Otherwise, the news is false. So I closed my trade despite my target. Yeah, this has been causing me closing trades early. No, don't worry. I mean, rather close it too early than too late, and because that'll get better. Because you don't want to have trades that you stick in too long. And I closed my trade despite my target. So but you got some points, right? You had a winning trade. You knew where it was going. If it's green, it's green. Look, when you close trades early, it means you're not really sure of the TP. And then I think there's nothing better to do than close it too early instead of just waiting and just go for what you're sure of. And, it also might not have gone to that level because, it's very wiki and stuff like that. So, I don't, for me, and it's sometimes frustrating because you just want to have more TP, right? I get that. But, if you journal, every trade that you close too early and you journal and you go into it and you look at them, you'll start seeing things, and next time, you'll stay longer in the trade. You get more confidence. Like for example, I've really my confidence is the largest with specific models that I have, and I just stay in. I don't get, and I took 2 L's, but I didn't. I really had zero emotions about those 2 L's because I knew it was going to go there. I knew my level was going to be hit today. I just had to make sure that my losses weren't too big enough and that I lose my funded, right? But in one trade I actually overstayed a little bit to be honest. But then again, just journal it. Everything that happens, and you just reverse engineer and you look at the trade. Where did I get in, and what time? Look at the time. That's very important. Time is everything, because the algo really shows its hand at specific times, and you'll see things happen over and over. And oh, that's funny. It didn't go to that level because it did this at. So, for example, I want you to, if a macro starts, let's say the next macro 150. Watch what the first candle does, the 150 candle. I'm not going to give it away, but start watching. What does the first candle do? Because I know what I want to see. If I'm bullish or bearish, I know what I want to see with the first or the, yeah. But the one before, so let's say 49, 50, and sometimes even the 51. But just start watching and then see how the macro reacts. And you'll see you can really start seeing some things. That's really, the algo shows its hands a little bit. So, like for example, let me see if I can show you 1250. 1250. Oh, we're already in a down move here. 1250. But what does the first candle do? 1249. We're going down. Okay. 1250 down until 12.53. The 3 is always a turn. The 3 is a lot of the time a turn. That's why I said here, right? Look here, it could be a turn. But why wasn't it a turn? Because we had the turn already here at 12.53 and not at 13.03. I missed this one. So that's why this was continuation. Let me see if there's another macro I can show you. 11. Let's go 11.50. What does 11.49 and the 11.50 goes up? Okay, this is not a good example. Let's go to the 10.50. 9.48. 9.50. Down close candle. Oh, this one is difficult. Oh, this was the difficult area, the 10 o'clock. Yeah, we didn't want to. This was a lot of FU candles. 10.50. Oh, look at that, the 10.50 candle. What do you see here? What was the 10.50? Down close candle. What do? We go up. 10.55. Where do we turn? 10.56. And we have another gap here. Even though internet is fine, yeah, okay. And I was rejecting in that London first presented. I'm always like, okay, today, I'm not really interested in trading, or I'm not going to do my fund, so I'm going to make it a short trade. But then once price action is moving, I'm always so curious what it does. And I'm like, oh, just watch, I'm going to watch one more macro. I'm going to watch one more macro. And then eventually I'm still sitting here for 3 hours, and I'm enjoying watching the charts and just going over it. And even though sometimes I even don't trade, but I'm now also like thinking, oh, let's see what the 130 is going to do. So I'm just very curious about this price action. I took a trade now. I remember 2 weeks ago I said trade AMD as well. Oh, how do you go to the 1 minute? If you see AMD happen to buy from the 1224 FPG. You go to the 1 minute, if you see AMD happen to buy from the 1224. 1224. Or was that in the past, you mean? 1224. This is not AMD here, right? Oh, here you mean. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. This is the AMD. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, that's perfect. That's well done. Yeah, that's beautiful. You got the whole move. And you got the move from the, this is exactly AMD, but it's really, if you're looking at the charts right now, honesty, it's just that because it takes out this level here, and it's in this fair value gap. So, and also inversion as well. But it's also using this blue line, which is the first presented fair value gap as well. And it's the same as yesterday's first presented fair value gap, which is this line. So it doesn't go below this, right? It's also indication that we're bullish. But that was the best entry, really. That was excellent. Could also enter here, 12:59, right? 1 o'clock. You get a push up. It doesn't really go into it, but you can still here go into. Yeah. So you still have quite a bit of points, right? I mean, but here it starts with, I can imagine that you're sort of like, you close it at some point. Most likely, I would presume somewhere in this area, and you see this wick as well. So, I also would think maybe, let me just close it now because it might go into a next, it's no news, so it might stall and then, but then again, we had the AMD, and let's measure the move. Let's measure it from the manipulation move. I want to see if it's so from it's 1.75. Okay. And if we just take the consolidation, let's only take the bodies. Hey, what happened here? My session disconnected. See, every time there's something wrong with my internet, I think. You see here, if you just calculate the consolidation, just the bodies. No, let's take the wicks as well. I'm not gonna do 3. Let's do the bodies only. It's exactly 4. You see that? So that's something also that I look at, like, okay, if we have consolidation and we have a move like this, how far can it go? And if it lines up with, for example, first presented fair value gap or something else that's in, and so yeah, so then you can calculate 2 ways. You do the bodies of the consolidation zone, or you do the manipulation area, and then you see. Obviously, they're a little bit different, but the other one is 4 and this one is 3. Let's see if I do the bodies included, or the wicks included, I mean, and 1.75. Yeah, I use those a lot for not for full moves, but then they are the partially. So then if it is 175, it's an indication for me that most likely it will go higher. And I said 892, right? Where's 892? Here we go, 4. I would have given me a nice 2R, but since I raised one of my tools early with less than 1R. Oh, okay, well, it's not an easy day, but I think we're going to frame another trade because I think we're going up, but I just don't want to be caught in a move to the downside. But then again, are we going to go down? Let's wait. Let's wait. I have 892 as a level here. And if I calculate even from this, I really think we're going to go there, but we might have to wait for a good entry. We're going to frame a good entry. We're going to do one based on time, and so I'm going to go over something. I have 893, 892-ish already on my, I had it already. So we just need a little bit more confirmation. But sometimes I have levels calculated, but then I need like another confluence to, so for example, if we get above the 4 o'clock from today, which is at 23,855, which has been a resistance level all day we have not gone above it. So that's very critical. If we go higher today, we have to go over that 4 o'clock level, which is at 855. If that will be the case, then I do see us going to 892-ish. 892, or do we have another level? Let me just see. Um, 885, maybe 885 is safer. 885. You see how it's pounding on that that level. It just doesn't want to go over it, right? Hey, but better risk too little than too much. It's really good. I think it's I would have given me a nice 2RR, but risk 1 on my FT note. Yeah, just journal the trade and go back, reverse engineer, like, okay, what will give me more confidence and why did I get out earlier? Um, but I understand because it's not easy price action. It could have just gone, because you had 930, but there were a few levels below that, right? So it's rejecting again at that 4 o'clock. So now if the 4 o'clock doesn't work for like for the model 10 for like today's doesn't, right? But you can see if you put it on your chart, you will see price action just it's used as a very significant level, and again it's resisting from it now. So I wonder how far we are going to go lower. So we have the 130 move coming. Let's see if the 130 is going to be a down move into a fair value gap, maybe. No, I love this price. I just love going over price action and just, I really enjoy doing that. I guess you have to be a nerd to do that, right? Sitting just hours in front of the chart and just talking about it. Yeah. So, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I miss the AM, the manipulation move. And if I look at it and I don't look properly, I do not see this as a manipulation move. Because even though it goes below, sometimes I misread it and then I think, oh, we have a manipulation move that's now to the upside if I don't see properly that it did wick into this fair value gap. So when they're very small, I do find it difficult to read them properly sometimes. But this was in the macro, right? Or yeah, it happened in the start of the macro, so that was an indication. Yeah. But I do miss them sometimes when they're just like this, and we just have like little, and then I just misread it, and then I take the wrong move as the manipulation move. So, but that was an awesome entry here. If you took that and then just seeing this as the manipulation into the fair value gap, and boom, that's a turtle soup, really. I just want to see how many points. I mean, it's a pretty good trade. Okay, let's say you enter here, and then this was the 930, and you can literally have your stop below. Well, I went to the London, so this was actually, it was a 9.5 risk reward. But let's say I would have taken it to midnight, right? I said midnight, so that would be R to R, but I didn't take it. I didn't see this as the manipulation move on time. Beautiful. And also in macro time, so this is a good to journal, right? Macro goes down, 1250, goes into a mitigation block, into a first percent fair value gap, manipulation into it's even a inversion. Do we say that? Yes, 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 yes. So to so now to be safe. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's an equal low, right? So yeah, it's so easy to have doubts. But then again, it formed this fair value gap, so I guess, it didn't even go. I guess once it goes back into the range, with these equal lows, I don't trust this fair value gap too much. But when you have I think we can consider this now breakaway gap. So that means we have a measuring gap. Oh yeah, look, yeah. Ba, 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 ba. Yes. There's a breakaway gap. There is going to be a measuring gap, and then what will be the range? Let's see. I just want to try something. I'm not saying that I'm correct with this calculation. I just want to go over something. Just want to go over. I have 892. 892. So that means that we are going to get the, let's say if this is the range for a 2 times. Hold on. What do I need? What do I need? Measuring. Did I have a measuring? NTV. Retracement. HE. Oh, here, measuring gap. Here we go. No, there's no measuring gap here. Or do we? Oh, we actually do have a gap here, right? Exactly here. So this is something, I feel like your first percentage level is in the wrong place. Tell me, which one do you mean? The London one, or the orange one, or the blue one? The only first is, I see it now for you. Yeah, you're right. You are looking at today's, right? This is the one of yesterday. So I extend them. So the one of today is very, very tiny. You can't even see it. I'm on the 1 minute, so let me show you. You're absolutely right. I think it was even, let me, hey, you got good eyes. Let me go over it. So the one of today is this little line here. This is the NQ1, by the way, not the, are you on the, there's also might be a difference when you're on the monthly contract or on the, so you see today on the, it's 943, but it's very tiny. Look here. It's so tiny, you can't even see it's this line here. So you don't even see it on the chart properly. But remember, it went into it and then we had this little sort of retracement to the downside, right? Yeah, I thought the one in your chart was, no, that was yesterday. So I extend them, and they work then. So you see this one is until 9:14, and then we get the new one here. I actually have to extend a little bit longer, but it's fine. I mean, I can see that, right? So this is really tiny. I mean, it's just like it's nothing. And that's also a clear indication, right? If you have a late development of a fair value gap and it's so small, you already know it's going to be shitty price action. It's better to just wait until 10:30. Yeah. But you know what I really love when they overlap like this. So this is like the AM session. This one is then the after 6 o'clock when it opens, and they overlap. And yeah. It's so quiet. We're just with the two of us today. It's really quiet, but it's okay. I don't mind. It would be boring if I'm by myself, to be honest. That would be horrible. I did get more, last week I started to get more people coming in. And the chat got really nice and active as well. But yeah, you know, for me, I haven't told, I actually haven't told a lot of my trading buddies that I'm doing this because they still think I'm a coach at a prop firm. I used to work for a prop firm as a trading coach. And they still think I'm doing that, to be honest. And I'm just waiting till they see my feed pop up, and I'm like, just give it some time to see how the YouTube algo works. So I'm sort of like, I'm sort of like feeling like, okay, should I just start telling some more people now that I'm doing it, and you get more people coming in, and maybe some people like Kid I used to, hang out with, and people that have a big following, but I just don't want to ask their help, or, so I'm sort of hoping that they just see me pop up in their feed, and they're like, hey, are you now? I didn't know that. And then, I can see that the algo is pushing my content a little bit further. So, but it seems to be not doing that so far, or maybe it does, and they're like, they're just ignoring me. That could be too. That would be awful, actually. They're like, oh yeah, we saw you, and we didn't even bother to say hi or whatever. No, I don't think so. They would probably will say something. But yeah, so this is, I think, if I'm correct, the fourth week. But I need to be more proactive with subscribers and ask people to like it. I'm doing that because I hate that. I'm like, if people like it or subscribe, they just do that. But apparently it doesn't work that way. You need to be a little proactive. But I just hate asking and begging for that. So, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm just having fun. I really enjoy it. And, the first few weeks were about technicals and improving stuff, and just, things like that. So, but I do hope that, well, obviously, it doesn't, it's not like, I know it will be okay. So, I think a lot of people are also just waiting for tomorrow, right? Okay, so if you want to really laugh, um, I had last Thursday. I don't like um, slow grinds up, right? But I entered a trade, and it was on the. I named the long version of the session being in a 3.6 hour trade. I knew where the level was going, and I was very sure about that level. So I got in, but it was about 1.5 hours the trade, and it was there were some people, but also there was at some point it was very quiet. But I thought, I'm just gonna stick to my. I just want to see how it worked out. So it was at one point I was just by myself, and I was having, I was starting to talk to myself and blah blah blah. So I was looking at the session. It's actually really funny. You're actually really, you're behaving like a crazy person. So I made a short out of it with all these little things like what I'm talking to NQ, and then I'm gonna fall asleep. And then, so I have a short, and if you want to make fun of me and you want to see me being crazy, you should watch that short. It doesn't, I mean, I didn't make a good thumbnail, so it's not really, being pushed, but that's okay. I don't care. But it's really, I think I was making it. It was so funny. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep now, and while you do your thing. And then I put music under it, and, I need to practice, editing. Because when you make good videos, you have to edit. So I was just, let me just practice some stuff and, put music under this and make some, animated stuff. But I think it turned out pretty funny if you watch it the whole time. Like, oh no, I don't like this NQ. I don't really like it. Oh no, now you're being annoying. Magnus, do your work. Oh, Magnus really work. Oh, blah blah blah. And then I sped up the talking as well. So yeah, it's just like I made a cartoon of myself, I guess. But you cannot take yourself too serious. But if you want to have a laugh, you should watch that short on my. It's somewhere. I think I only have two shorts. One is the one about first percent fair value gap, and the other one, that's the one, yeah, where you see me just, be, I guess, myself, but just a nutcase. That's how a day trader goes mad, sitting in a long trade in a 1.5 trade, and yeah. We don't like that. We like the fast moves, right? We want to get in. We know straight away. Well, not straight away, but like in the first few minutes that we're off, and then we get stopped out, and then either or we sit in a trade that we know is going our direction. That's it. I'm a day trader, really. I know now for sure. I cannot deny it anymore. It's my identity as a trader, day trader, not a swing trader. And I don't want to be in a trade for 1.5 hours. Never again. Yeah. Yeah, it's for like Funded Next or yeah, Funded Next. I'm trading now with Funded Next. I really like them because I like their. So I worked for Ola Prime, But you know, in all honesty, I love, so because of them, I'm doing this. So I have to thank them a lot because they gave me the confidence to go on stream, because I was on stream with three other coaches, and we had so much fun, and we were interacting with the listeners and the viewers. But there were so many rules that I had to abide to. So I needed my screen needed to be black. I couldn't say this. I couldn't say that. Obviously, there's rules for a company. And you know, me as an ICT trader, I had to use Project X. I hate Project X. You know, and there were no indicators. So for me, with all my indicators, I really, you know, for me it was hard to really go into my trades and show it. And so eventually, my manager there, she actually said, you know what, you know, you're not the person to work for us. You need to be you need to go solo. And she actually really pushed me. She said, just start, just do it, just do it. So, so yes, it's nice to work for a company, but you can also think about your own YouTube, right? What about that? Because then you have freedom. So what's the difference? You can do it for a company, but I will never do it for a company anymore. I know that now because I did it, and I just don't want to be tied down in rules in the sense of who I am as a trader. Um, so that's why I decided to do this. And also as a trading coach there, I help people, but it was more, you know, the people that they attract. It's just a little bit different than the ICT people, I guess, because I was the only one that traded ICT. Um, so yeah, and you know, I could tell that they were sort of a little bit, you know, they didn't. Um, you know, you get little comments like, oh, but isn't he a cult? Oh, isn't it a cult? You know, things like that. And then I'm like, you know, I don't. I just want to be with my ICT people. I mean, you know, it's not a cult. We just, you know, it's what I like about ICT. I got some building blocks, and then I had some other mentors, and I take from every mentor. I took something, and I made it my own. So you know, I mix and match, and that's how I got into more time-based trading. But ICT is my basis. Since I got into ICT, I started to become profitable. We've got to thank a lot for that, man. And everybody tells, oh, he just repackaged things. Well, that's all good and dandy, but did the other people that he repackaged tell it in a way that you would understand? No. I didn't understand anything of the market before I got into ICT. He made it like understandable, right? But yeah, but think about if you want to do something like that, why don't you, you know, consider going live on YouTube as well? But I love Funded Next, by the way. So I love their rapid challenge. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I love it because you can pass the challenge in one day, right? But now with the Funded, you do have a consistency rule. So that's the only thing, but that's fine. I mean, but I love the fact that you can pass it in one day. So yeah, so Funded Next is my favorite now that I only use now. And also being in South Africa, I did really well on Top Step. I got quite a bit of payouts from them, but then um, I didn't know about South. You know, it was a new rule suddenly. That was last year or 2 years ago, and then we couldn't continue because they wanted to bring me to live. And then we found out that I was in Africa, but I still had a Dutch bank account, so I did my payments through my bank account. And then we were like, oh, and he says, oh, we cannot continue because, you know, um, it's South African and we cannot put you into live. And then the same thing happened with my funded futures, but they knew at some point, but they said, okay, we can just leave you a little bit longer in sim. Um, and and now with funded next, they don't. I think they keep you in sim, so it's not an issue. So that's why I have to stick with them. Due to the only issue I've closed interest, we now kind of massive. I'm working on 100K. Oh, okay. You know, I've run so many accounts before. You don't want to know. It's just, it's just part of the game, I guess. You know, and you always have to have one YOLO account sometimes. Remember, it's okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Um, so I'm thinking of streaming longer tomorrow because it's going to be a nice day with um, the news. So I'm thinking that maybe tomorrow it's going to be the whole lunch PM session. And obviously I'm going to do the London again. I love doing the London. Mm, I wonder if we're going over over this level. May I know how many? It might make me feel better. Oh my God. I started with Apex and that was the start. Oof, much more than 11, I can tell you that. I think if I really go back, it's more than 100 for sure. I can tell you that. In all those years, yeah. And even that when you become profitable, um, it goes in phases. So when I got profitable with Top Step, that was the first time I started to be profitable. And then we had that issue. Then we found out in South Africa. But also, the moment they actually told me, oh, we're going to, we're very impressed with your trading. We're going to put you into live. That sort of like got me really nervous. Like, oh my God, now I'm going to, they're going to watch me. And I started to really like, do really weird stuff. It was really weird. It was like, oh no, I'm not ready to go to live, and I managed to get myself back on track. But I think I sort of like maybe started to blow up accounts just for them to show. No, I'm not ready to go to live. No, and I'm like, what are you doing? This is really weird. So I got myself back on track, and then but it took. I think that whole phase was also maybe 1 or 2 months. Again, even though you're profitable, then you have a dip down again, and um, then we also had a weird time of trading, and then I got into my funded futures. Then I got profitable again, and then again after that, I remember there were a couple of months that I just couldn't. What is going on? I just can't do it. And then I started my own live account. That's still going, but it goes in phases. It's not like you know once you're profitable, it will always. But now now I've got one model, my 10-4 that my funded is always one model. I'm more disciplined now, and I think also the stream helped me to be more disciplined. Um, so it all comes down to discipline, really. It's just that because we have the knowledge, right? At some point, you have the knowledge. You know your limitations. You know what you're good at. We still need to keep learning and studying, but me blowing accounts is just over trading and just going on tilt or whatever. And it still happens. I mean, I could still do that. It's always a little doubt. Yeah, but 100 is nothing. I mean, there are people that have blown thousands, really. I mean, I'm not ashamed of it to say it. It taught me a lot of lessons. I'm here because of it now. And I don't want to be that person anymore because, trading is like a mirror, right? We all have our demons, and I always said, oh, I'm not greedy. Oh, I don't mind trading. I will be happy with a few $100 in a day, or even if I start out. How much do you make in a job? But then again, you do. I notice that I do become greedy. I do. I want more, and that's where I go. That's when I lose my. I'm almost at. Let's say I'm almost at a payout, or I almost passed my evaluation. But you want that $20 or that $50 on that day, right? And then you lose it because they like, oh my God, now I lost 100. Now let me make it back. Oh, now it's 200. Oh my God, no, I really have to make back for the loss that I have. Right? Do you recognize that, right? So that's greed. But that's how the market conditions you. And once for me, understanding the algo also I understand what it's doing. Like, oh, it's now trying to, impose fear and greed. The main issue was just not disciplined enough, just over leveraging, um, and just well, in all honesty, I think it also comes down to a form of greed or just thinking that I could beat the market. Like, oh my God, I was profitable, so I can. I'm not going to let my, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to, I can do it. Maybe other traders can't do it. And you get cocky when you have a few good months and you get payouts and you're like, oh, I'm there. No, you're not. Your first 4 or 5 payouts mean shit, really. In all honesty, you really, it's not luck, but it's sort of like, there is so much components to the psychological part. And now I can really look at this price action without any I don't get any I do feel FOMO in sort of a way sometimes, but not anymore like oh my god, I need to be in this trade. I'm really fine now just watching this and tape reading, learning, um, and but because I know now we'll have a much better day tomorrow. I know my a few models that always will play out. So I'm okay, but I do hate it. In all honesty, I must say I do hate it when I would not have my winning trade for my funder today. I would be more inclined to. That is something I do need to when I plan to have. Okay, after I didn't play I passed that eval last week and I didn't play my funded until Monday because I thought, you know what, just wait. NFP week is not my best week. I'm not going to trade my live or my funded account. So, so I waited and yesterday was the first day. I had my model played out. I took it. It was $400. And then today I had again my same model and it was $641. So I'm fine for today. I'm not going to touch it anymore. But will I sit here the same then? I have to be honest. No, but I would not have entered any because I missed this move. And if it goes to 892 and I know it goes over this level here, 85ish, because you can see clearly. Look at this 4 o'clock. Just look. I'll go on a 15-minute again. You see how the 4 o'clock has been a resistance level as the inversion, as the first percentage of value gap of London. But if you don't have that, people don't use that. You only use the 4 o'clock. You can see in the 15, it does go over, but it constantly rejects. So for me, that's an important level for today to look at, which will give me a lot of intel. Because I wouldn't be surprised if it just bounces into it. So if I would trade now, I would only trade up to this level. I wouldn't even go higher for now. Once it gets over this level, then I would look for that 892. But in all honesty, I don't know if we're going to go there today. So, we all suffer from the same things as a trader, but it's about, I think the profitability really comes when you start. It's not the knowledge of more technical stuff because I think we master that the quickest of everything, but it's just really about the getting less greedy, I think, and just being more disciplined. And this helps me being on stream. So, I don't think we're going to have a lot of movement anymore today, to be honest. Mm. I think I'm going to end the stream here. I don't think we're going to get a lot of things happening. Okay, I'm going to end it here. It's quiet anyway, and I had a lot of fun, lots of fun, and I hope to see you soon again. Ciao, ciao, bye bye.